Welcome to another one-on-one session here at OKPreps Media Days. I'm Michael Knight, down joined by Edmond Santa Fe senior James Burnett. James, let's go back to last season because it was a good year for Santa Fe. You guys were able to break through, win a district championship, beat not only Jinx but Broken Arrow, both on the road. How much fun, going back to that season, how much fun was it to kind of, answer those questions and silence those critics? You're able to not only beat Jinx and BA in the same season, but both on the road. It had to be pretty thrilling.
It was something else, man. Like, since we had never beaten Jinx, it was just, what are we gonna do? It's like, we had lost those two games before, so it was kind of scary. Our season was looking scary.
Yeah.
Then we go to Broken Arrow, and we do something totally different. Like, we went to the aquarium whenever we played Jinx, and we went to OSU whenever we played Broken Arrow. And we just took our minds off the game the whole day, and that just set the tone, basically. So we weren't worried or anything.
Right. You guys go on to look. I mean, it's one thing to get those wins, but then you still had work to do in Week 10. You're able to beat Norman and win that district title. How gratifying was it? Because obviously going into the season, that's one of the goals, right? One of the goals is to contend for and win a district. How great was it to be able to accomplish that last season?
It was crazy. Like, we really haven't done anything like that before. We had some doubts at the beginning of the season, so we picked it up, and it was just amazing.
And then, unfortunately, the playoffs happened. It can't all be good. We'll talk a little bit about it. What can you take away from the postseason last year where you go in as district champs, you had to be feeling pretty confident, and then you guys run into a buzzsaw in the first round. All of a sudden, the season's over. What can you take away from that as a learning experience going into this year?
Just attack every team like you would the team before. Like, we kind of underestimated them a little bit because they were 8th seed, we were 1st seed, and we'd never been 1st seed. So we just played them like we would play another team. And they came at us hard too.
Yeah.
They had something to prove, so it is what it is.
Right. Look, hey, the one good thing is you don't have to worry about it. It's in the past. Let's talk about 2020 and how this offseason has gone, because you guys, you lose some key pieces. Stevenson's gone on the defense. You're going to have a new quarterback. But at the same time, there's a lot of talent, including yourself, coming back. What's this offseason been like for you guys to kind of build off of what you did last year? Like, you know what it takes now to beat the BAs, the Jinxes, to win a district. And, now you want to take that next step, making it to the semis, to the championship game.
We're just building our foundation, basically. We're trying to do everything we can for the younger guys and come together as a team, really. Like, during this whole quarantine, we've been trying to stick together and stay in touch. And
how has that gone? Because, look, I mean, it's one thing to work out with your team and be surrounded by your teammates, but it's another to be, having to hold yourself accountable and work out on your own. How has it gone for Santa Fe the last couple months? Because you're able to see who's been working, and because now things are opening up, you're getting back together. Who's been working, who hasn't been. How did this offseason and specifically the quarantine go for Santa Fe now that you guys are back together?
Well, we actually had, how they had the 6 feet apart, but you could do 10 people per group?
Yeah.
So we would go to a neighborhood. We would practice there. We'd do like 10 at a time, basically. So we were never, I'd say, out of shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've been getting after it, really.
Now, looking at you personally this offseason, it had to be a little frustrating going into your senior year because, look, you're trying to be recruited, you're trying to get noticed by colleges, and at the same time you can't go anywhere. Can't visit, can't go to camps or anything like that. But at the same time, you have been picking up some interest and some offers here and there. What has the recruiting process been like for you? Because you also, at the same time, you're able to ask, guys like Colin and Talon and some of the other guys on this team who are going through the same thing you are, how has that helped you, throughout your process?
It's just opened my eyes to certain things, like what I need, what my priorities are, and what I should be looking for, and just really that's it.
For you, I mean, you mentioned, what you're looking for. What is that? Well, I mean, as far as a future school, what's something, that they can provide that you're going to be, wanting at the next level?
Just my career and, like, if they actually care about me. That's the main two things.
Yeah. When it comes to 2020, we mentioned all the talent that you guys have coming back. And some of the things, look, I mean, coming off of last year, you're able to use it as a learning tool. But in your opinion, what has to happen for you guys to take that next step in 2020 and to not only win the district again, but to compete for a state title?
Just play as a team. Don't have no cancer cells. Nobody downing on others. Always uplifting everybody. So just as a senior class, we need to be the leaders.
Well, look, last year was a good season for sure for Santa Fe. 2020 could potentially be even better, man. I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys do this season. So thank you so much, James, for sitting down with me, and good luck to you and your teammates this fall, man.
Yes, sir.
He's James Burnett. I'm Michael Knight, and this has been another one-on-one conversation here at OKPreps Media Days.